What up, crew? It's your boy, The Pace, and today we're at the Toronto Congress Centre, which is far from downtown Toronto. It's by Pearson Airport for Anime North 2025. Alright, if you did not get the badge mail out like we did, first order of business is going to the registration office, which is TCC North. Anime North consists of 3 buildings, TCC North, TCC South, and then across the street, which is the Delta Hotel pictured here. And you don't have to go far to see things already. Here's a really dope Kabutops cosplay right there. Shout out Gen 1. And I have a feeling we're going to see these Chewan flags everywhere today. We've only been standing here for 5 minutes and I feel like, oh, what's that sound? Initial D alive and well. Okay, so first order of business is making it to the registration office to get our badges, and we gotta go through the parking lot. Right away, we come across this whole Itasha section. Basically, a lot of these JDM cars or cars wrapped with pop culture icons or Japanese cartoons or anime characters. In this case, there's Hatsune Miku, for example. Heck, if you really wanted to, you could get like a Nissan 180SX and put LeBron James on it if you really were a LeBron James fan. It's a method of car owners showing their love for pop culture. But yeah, these cars, a lot of beautifully tuned cars here. And I'm sure the wrapping took a lot of effort as well. Some were fairly well wrapped, I'd say. And, oh, GTR. That's my dream car growing up. I'll also be trying to cover the Import Fest coming in, I believe, July or August. So maybe some of these cars will be here too. But it's a really cool community here of car lovers and anime lovers as well. A lot of beautiful colors too. This BMW has its butterfly doors out.
I think so.
Oh.
Okay, that's from that anime. Okay, I know where it's from. No, that's all good. It's all good. It's actually a dope rap. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna make it inside, to be honest. These are sick, yeah.
Yeah, there was just rows and rows of cars, and cousins and I were just checking out every single car. It's a great combination, but you could be stuck here for like a decent amount of your day, so we didn't want to do that. Fortunately, it took us 40 minutes to go through the whole thing. You see amazing things like this guy right here.
It's tough.
Honestly, if you know where this is from, let me know in the comments, but at least, like, you know, there's the classics like Pokemon Go. That's a nice, wholesome looking wrap right there. Snorlax in the front. But yeah, that was actually probably one of my favorite parts of the convention, and we didn't even register yet. Which now we're back on the road to registration. We didn't even register. We didn't get our badges. So this is the North Building. At least they told us to go to the North Building, and we'll find our way there. Oh, that is a dope Helldivers group costume. After getting distracted by dope cosplays, we finally found the North Building. And we found registration, which was a little bit hard to find. There probably needs to be a bit more signage, but thankfully not a huge lineup Saturday at noon. Finally got our badges. They look pretty dope.
These things get no.
And now we are going to explore the TCC North Building. From what I've seen, this should be the gaming hall. But yeah, we'll see.
I will.
And now we finally get to see the North Building of the Toronto Congress Centre. And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with everyone's cosplay so far. Everybody went all out for this. It's quite awesome to see a community just enjoying it. It seems like if you're wearing like just normal clothing on this day, it's not normal, but yeah, no, it's just pretty cool. Everyone's just vibing so far, and we just started to walk around. So this is the gaming hall of Toronto Congress Centre North, and one of the first things that we do see are some cool cosplays, but rock band. And of course, they're playing Sugar We're Going Down by Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, basically.
First vendor we checked out was this, I guess, a weapons vendor. Pretty cool stuff. But then they had a Beyblade tournament here, which was pretty cool. Maybe I need to dust off the old Hasbro, the old Cosplay. Here's some action. Definitely reminds me of those tournaments they used to hold at the CNE when YTV was running them. And they had this cool section for rhythm-based games like DDR. Pretty cool stuff. And some prototype games here. Doing drumming. And of course they have the retro games or the old games from not too long ago. It's really hard to fathom that the Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color are now considered retro, because I grew up with these games. Also the GameCube, PS2. And if you grew up during this time, you knew we had it good. Super Nintendo, N64. I still have my copy of Super Mario 64. Zelda's going for a pretty penny right now. Super Mario All-Stars, I still have that. And the SmackDown vs. Raw series. Best wrestling games around, don't at me. Time we take a look at the other side of the North Building. And you slowly see the booths kind of shift from digital or video games to tabletop games, which are very well represented here. Spot to buy shirts. And some crane games. Some cool Pikachu figures as well. And there's Majora's Mask. Pretty dope cosplay. So of course, there's a lot of playmats here. Pokemon booster packs. Of course, Pokemon's booming right now. There's some card games where you got the little waifus in them.
Yeah, if there's anything, then I guess this is all card games.
A lot of vendors. Let's see what this booth has here. In the distance too, there's a bunch of tables set up for you to play games against other festival goers. An amazing touch that Anime North had was a lot of ice cold water available for free. So really dope touch there. All right, that was the North Building. Let's head to the South Building, which is basically the meat and potatoes of this con. There's Warhammer again. Of course, there's a lot of things going outside. This dude brought a tier list to Anime North and challenged people to defend their position. This was entertaining to see.
Yeah, talk to him. Talk to him.
It's the most popular.
No, it's the best genre. It's only the best genre.
Yeah, this is the community right here. There's one anime that they did not have on that board that would put all of them to shame. It's finally time to enter the South Building, which for most, this is the core of Anime North. So we'll just walk around in this portion of the video. I guess while we walk around too, we'll just drop some knowledge about Anime North. Anime North pretty much began in 1997, and it was started by anime enthusiast named Donald Simmons. The convention pretty much was a one-day event at the time, and then eventually grew to 2 days in 1998 and 3 days by 1999. Apparently at first they were only expecting roughly about 500 people to attend the event, but by say 2006 to 2012, attendance exceeded around 20,000 people. So this event is a huge one. To this day, pretty much Anime North is a non-for-profit volunteer-run event. So, you know what, shout out to all the vendors working, all of the people working the event behind the scenes, all the volunteers, as well as the people behind Anime North. Without them, events like this would not exist. Alongside the artists, there was also a portion of photographers, like you could get some professional photography done in your cosplay, which was kind of cool. Probably our pick for one of the coolest vendors of Anime North, this dude that pretty much made these paintings in 3 minutes flat. A lot of fellow Akatsuki brethren right there. Kakazu shout out. But yeah, keep in mind, we went on a Saturday. And Saturday is usually the biggest and busiest day for this con, so it does get pretty packed at portions of this hall, as you will see here. So I'll just, we'll just keep walking around and show you what was at the convention.
Bro, it's so hard to walk around. It's like...
Along with the vendor alley, there were some live performances, which were pretty cool to see in person. To be honest, this artist alley was huge. There's a lot of vendors out here, there's a lot to see, and it was pretty packed too. And then we came across this black box right in the middle of everything. I mean, us being as curious and wanting to get the full Anime North experience, we were wondering what's inside of this black box. I mean, the pictures outside kind of give you an idea. There's a chance to say hi to a VTuber there, which is kind of cool. A little bit of FaceTime in there, a little fan interaction.
Let's walk through here.
But then we're like, okay, what's behind this black curtain? I guess the pictures would give us some indication, but to go deeper into this black curtain, you will need to show your ID. I mean, we're all adults here, so let's see the whole Anime North experience. These are pillowcases that you could purchase of your favorite characters.
What's going on?
And there are mouse pads that help you ergonomically.
You've got one.
Followed by a plethora of wall scrolls of original characters. The farther you go,
I'll probably just blur this whole section.
yeah, the deeper you go into that black box, the more cultured it gets. You have everything for every type of anime fan at Anime North. After the curtain, it was more of the same. A lot more vendors here as well. Huge vendor alley. But I think at some point we were wondering, where are like the anime figures and probably more of like, I guess, like the other anime vendors. Official merchandise, etc., stuff like that. We are still looking for that building. And in the distance, Japanese language school.
Yeah, I saw
pretty
that,
cool.
I saw that.
The South Building was separated into multiple halls, and we were able to enter this new room, which was known as Doll North in the TCC South Building. And this was pretty cool. Right off the bat, we saw a large Gundam display, probably master grade.
Yeah.
Walking further appears to be a Lego display. Some of these builds are fairly neat.
That's pretty sick.
See the CN Tower in the distance. These builds are all fairly cool in their own way. There's a little Minecraft one right there. A life-size fire hydrant. And Perry the Platypus. This one was pretty cool. A lot of detail into all these Lego rooms or these themed rooms per se. I believe this is like some sort of excavation site. And there's another shot of the CN Tower in all its glory. There's a display of Shy Guy, Luigi, Mario, and forgive me, the Minecraft dude. Yeah, I clearly don't play Minecraft, but yeah. And there's a cool section here for people to just get creative and test their luck with Legos. Here we got internet and telephone cosplay
I want that fast
by
internet.
Rogers. This section of the building was fairly open, a few more vendors, but the coolest thing here was the play mod section for those that like to build Gundam models. And in this section, a battleground for robots fighting each other. Sumo style, which is pretty cool.
Nice maneuver from Homer.
Oh, that was a pretty dominant one. That dude did a great job of driving. But yeah, you get to see people work on the robots. And in this section here is an archery, I guess, clinic or display. You get to pay $10 and shoot 10 arrows. And they also had equipment for sale, which was quite interesting too. Some Nerf guns.
If you guys have any questions,
Here, people got to channel in their inner Legolas and shoot directly into a person. Hopefully he got nailed. But yeah, $10, got you 10 shots, and seems like a not bad experience for even the novice archers out there. They were foam tipped. But overall, cool experience. And this is the Good Smile Company booth, which was something that I was curious and interested in. Just because I do collect a few anime figures on the side.
Oh, that's sick.
These look pretty dope. These Gundam models. Not quite what you get to see like from Wonderfest, but I mean, it's still pretty cool that they had a display here. These are the pop-up parades, which are the more economically friendly figures to get into. Itasha, which is a classic anime, that's pretty dope. And you get to see some of the Haikyuu droids that are coming in. And SpongeBob and SquarePants. This was a cool Lego grid made out of the final volume of Naruto. It came out pretty dope. And this is some more independent art. This was pretty cool. These are Pokemon, well, not quite Pokemon, but if there's one way to go through copyright infringement. Broke for lunch. Shout out to Silver Chopsticks across the street. We're also by the airport, so you got to see a lot of these fly through. So after lunch, we finally got to see the big vendor alley, and here's another
This part we have not seen
booth
yet.
full of weapons again. And there is an Obito mask,
another one. You should buy two.
which then segues into who did I dress up as? This last third of the South Building basically had it all. It was video games galore, video games, retro games. There was a Sega Genesis in its OG box. You have Panda Hobby here, which is a sign that there will be all of the figure vendors in this hall. This is basically where probably most of the money is dropped throughout these weekends. So let's take a quick look or just walk around and show you what's out here. This section, I was ready to drop some money on these games. The Game Boy, Soul Silver, Heart Gold. Those brought me back to my childhood right there. I was looking at Def Jam.
Yeah, Def Jam's 269.
Anime figures out here. Some of these look questionable, but you know what? Yeah, you know what? If you want to buy it, it's all
Big
here.
titty figures.
I think that's a Sailor Moon scepter. And it wasn't just anime figures here too.
Smokes, is this like all like... Yeah.
You had Marvel figures and comics in this hall as well. So pretty much anything within the affinity of anime could be found right in this building. This was actually one of the more cooler and unique booths in this third of the South Building, known as Small Victories. these little paper cardboard dioramas or displays were pretty cool, and they had little light attachments. Unfortunately, I didn't pick one up because I think my fingers might be too fat to make that, but these were pretty cool. They also sold
like
parasols,
lanterns
lanterns,
Turn on, right?
very
Yeah,
cool
they are
stuff
supposed to turn
from this
on.
booth.
Yeah, see, they're right here. It's right there. That looks sick. Yeah, my hands are way too small for this.
Lots of retro figures here, and look at who it is. Adrenaline in my bones. Na-na, icon Cody Rhodes. Yeah, that's Cody Rhodes right there. Dashing Cody Rhodes. And then they also had Toronto's own Christian. Old school WWE figures right here.
See, oh, shit.
Looking through. Who else could I find? There's Batista.
Damn, they got the old school Batista.
Man, these figures used to be like $8. Now WWE figures are like $40 a piece. Edge, Ruthless Aggression. Wow, you could pretty much have E and C there. So, yeah, it was pretty cool to see those figures again. More anime figures here as we were passing by. I mean, it'd be pretty easy to like just drop bills on this whole convention if you were really into this stuff and looking. The one thing I'm looking for, if you saw my Comic-Con video, I did regret not buying that all-black Goku, so I'll be looking for that all-black Goku in this haul. And some card sleeves. Let's just walk around and see what we find. Did you ever dump your Yu-Gi-Oh cards as a kid? Well, some of them go for a pretty penny now, but a lot of them are reprinted, so if you do have that nostalgia, you could buy them again. There's also some Digimon cards and Pokemon cards for sale.
Something cool.
I have a feeling we got to this section a bit late. I wish I had more time to take a look at things a bit more slowly. But we are getting notifications that this section is going to close soon. The vendor halls are scheduled to close at 8 p.m. So that's something we lost track time of while eating. Yep, see no Black Goku here though.
Sorry.
Let's keep walking. Oh, there is the Pokemon card set that everyone at Costco kept fighting over. And this is pretty cool. Some laser printed boards. I don't know if that is the right term for them, but yeah, those are pretty cool. There's a Samus or Samus cosplay. More trading card games. a bubble t-shirt.
Oh wait, which one? Game Freak hasn't made you relevant in 30 years. Have a good day, man.
More swords, in this case katanas specifically.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. The Toronto Congress Center South Building Other Than Hall C and the front rooms will be closed in 15 minutes. Please complete your final purchases and make your way towards the exit. Thank you.
Oh geez, I feel like I just got into this place. And it's already closing in 15 minutes. So we're just gonna keep walking through. I'll try to show you as much as possible. And hopefully we get some good, decent video out of it.
Steve, give me the look.
I'm sorry, couldn't speak out of here. What was that? Yes, we do. What you want to grab? Yeah. 100%.
Yes, yes. I just hope so. Wait, so what is the next one?
It's at this point I realized I will probably not find a Black Goku this time around.
You know what? Let's go. Let's go.
Interesting. There's some deep discount manga here. Let's see what we could find. I wonder if a lot of these titles are either discontinued or pretty obscure.
Yeah, no
Okay.
wonder this.
Do you notice any of these titles? I'm sure if you do, you know a lot more anime than I do. Well, of course, there's the whole Naruto series. Well, not Naruto series, but books about Naruto. This section here, a lot more apparel focus. And this neon gallery we've seen before at Comic-Con. Yep, there's so much manga in there. Fortunately, with only about 10 minutes left to see everything, I cannot go in there and look. There's a huge wall of video games here, PS2 games to be exact. And just curious to see what they've got here. Oh, this is an old favorite of mine. Fight Night 2004. $14.99. I still have my copy, thankfully. Some GameCube games here. A lot of Def Jam Vendetta I see. Definitely no shortage of Super Nintendo cartridges here at Anime North. One more look at the figure section, trying to find the Black Goku. It is a Grandista Black Goku. No luck this time around. I'm gonna have to cut my losses. There's a cool, I guess, like bonsai apple tree display right here. But at this stage, the vendors were totally closed. So it was time to head out. While exiting the vendors hall, I noticed to the left of me there was a section for looking or getting autographs from voice actors, voice actresses, or people in the industry. We didn't even touch that part. Like, that is how busy or how big this convention is. We got here around, like, say 1 o'clock on the Saturday. Right now it's just a bit over 8 o'clock, so that's roughly 7 hours of just walking around, maybe 1 hour for lunch, but yeah, that's a lot of content to take in. And look, they're closing Pandora's box. Can't go there anymore until probably next year or Sunday if you have a pass. But yeah, so that whole section there we totally missed. And I'm sure there's other booths that we did not get a chance to look at or take time to see. But yeah, this is a big convention, and you're gonna need probably a whole day or multiple days to see the whole thing. So heading out, of course, I gotta find my cousins, which I lost in that whole shuffle. But yeah, there's a Chaewon Barca jersey. That is a first.
Oh, you got the parasol?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
But yeah, that puts a wrap on the vendor portion of Anime North for this Saturday. And as you can see, a lot of people are still filing out. But that doesn't mean that Anime North is completely done for the Saturday. There are still after hour sessions going on. Panels at the Delta Hotel, there's a concert. While walking around, we also noticed that there was this, I guess, abandoned parking lot that people are using for professional photo taking. So we just went here, and my cousin had his lightsaber, tried to take some pictures, and it looked pretty cool. Of course, he knows how to wield it very well. This is an example of it done extremely well. As for me, total novice here. Yeah, I'm not making no fencing teams anytime soon, but let's see what is available. So, in the Delta Hotel, there are panels and an After Dark section, which, I mean, looking at the schedule,
What's going on?
yeah, I mean, I'm sure those are hilariously fun. You definitely need ID for those. So we went to a panel on lame anime, and we saw this dude dressed up as a cardinal, which was pretty dope. The conclave is at Anime North. If panels are not your thing, there is a rave going on outside and a bunch of other events happening outside of the Congress Center in the parking lot. These events will run until probably around like 11:30, 12 o'clock. So we'll just walk through the area and show you what is available.
Back check. Hey, what's up, Akatsuki brother? Hey. Yeah, it's Toby. Yeah, oh, right on.
But yeah, that pretty much does it for Anime North 2025. As I pass by this giant praying mantis, I'm sorry I don't know exactly what it is, but I thought this cosplay was cool. Let me know what your experience was like if you've attended the event, and if you're going to be attending the events in the coming years. Hopefully this gives you an idea of what to expect. The community here in Toronto is generally cool. But yeah, I'll be covering other random events around the city. Till next time, it's your boy Pace from Anime North. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and peace.